some lines, or I came on the stage and realized I took some stuff from home onto the stage. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, I gotta stop.
You got the shower cap on the stage? It's like, what is doing shower cap on? Hey beautiful people, it's Success Mentor Dante J. Worth, and I'm back with another video right here on Nation's Believer TV! If this is your first time tuning in, I need you to make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure that you like this video. And make sure that you are commenting down below. Me and my team absolutely love to read your comments. Now tonight, we're being joined by the wonderful, the fabulous, the one, the only. Tell them who you are, sir.
Tamar Greene.
Yeah, so we invited Mr. Tamar Greene on to talk about history having its eyes on you. Before we talk about that, we're going to ask you the question we ask every single guest. What is your story?
What is my story?
Yes.
All right. So, from Rochester, New York.
Yes.
First generation American.
Yes.
Parents Jamaican and British descent, basically. My dad is from Jamaica, born in Jamaica. My mom is born in England. But she, down here.
Yes.
Yeah, but she's Jamaican British. So, yeah, they had us. Lots of us. I'm one of 10. There's a lot of giant family.
That's awesome.
Yeah, my family, all they're musicians. My dad is a DJ. He has his own shop in Rochester on Child Line. His Imperial Sound.
Okay, shout out Daddy. I'm saying let's plug in there.
Well, yeah. Well, he's not in there anymore, but people will know from Rochester. Will know.
That's awesome.
What it's like. And my mom sang. She's a nurse. But she sang, played piano, so that was my beginning, inspiration there to get me involved in music. And I spent my life working and honing my craft, piano-wise and vocally.
So tell us a little bit about what you're doing right now.
Right now, I play George Washington in Hamilton.
Woo! Hamilton, that is awesome. That's something that's amazing. So tell us a little bit about that experience.
Man, Hamilton is amazing. That took me a little while to get in there. It took me 2 years of auditioning, but I was persistent. I worked a lot of different shows, a lot of different jobs. But Hamilton is a special show, really. I remember I once saw it for the first time, previews in New York. I won the lottery, and it was at the time where I don't win anything. I never win nothing, but I won the lottery this thing, and I was more excited about winning a lottery than the fact that I was going to see Hamilton.
Yes.
So it was really bizarre.
Okay, though. I like to win too.
But, yeah, exactly. So, but I was there, and I remember seeing the show, and I was like, okay, so I need to be in this. And I knew it was a show that I was like, this will show my family why I do what I do. So the show means a lot to me. It's about Alexander Hamilton, who was a kid from the Caribbean who came to this country to try to make a life for himself and the legacy for his kids, or for his offspring. And so it reminds me of my parents, kids from the Caribbean.
Oh, that's so good. So what has been the most challenging part about this role for you?
It's an intense role. It's an intense role. It requires a lot of focus. It's a big sing, so I gotta be really warm and in good vocal shape all the time. So I'm always thinking about my voice, and it's really rewarding being up there working with a lot of other great actors, and it makes me step up and be better, and be greater. I can never. In fact, the times that I mess up are because I realize I let myself slip.
That's the best.
So you gotta be. I had to teach myself. I had to be on it. And other people taught me too. Yeah, to be honest, so that's one of the biggest struggles.
That's every show. So when you hear the topic, history has its eyes on you, what comes to mind?
Family. My family. And there's a line at the end of the show where Hamilton says, legacy. What is a legacy? It's planting seeds in a garden you never get to see. And so I think about that every day, because it's near the end of the show, a lot of stuff has happened. We get to this point, and I'm like, oh, okay. Planting seeds in the garden you never get to see. And sometimes I think you do see the beginnings of your legacy. But that's, history having its eyes on you. It reminds me of me trying to be the best role model I can be for my siblings and for other young folks that came from the same community that I have that may not have had opportunities growing up. So, yeah.
Look at you now! That's good. So I know that from the journey from Rochester, New York to being in Chicago, there's been a lot of things that have ups and downs. Hearing no all the time, how did that impact you to get to that final yes here in Hamilton?
It's tough to hear no a lot. It really is. You have to realize that it's not about, we were talking about this earlier at lunch, it's not about, it has nothing to do with you, right? It doesn't always have anything to do with you, right? I was saying that a friend of mine in the cast said, like, they might be looking for that perfect shade of purple, but if you're blue, then it's just like, that's it. You're blue. That's fine. You'd be happy being blue.
Right,
You're just looking for someone purple. Someone purple. So it has no effect on who you are, but it can start to seep in there. So you got to really like work on yourself. Work on being the better you and being fully comfortable with who you are. I'm a big supporter of counseling. I will say that. That's not a big thing in our communities. Like counseling, people look down upon it, but I think it is very important to work on your mental health and mental stability and know that you are enough just the way you are.
That's good. That's a word. That's good. Oh, yes. So I know for that person out there who right now may not feel like they're enough, what advice do you have for them?
Get yourself a good circle. Like, really, really look at your circle. Look at your people around you. And if they're not uplifting you and pushing you to be better, then you might want to rethink your circle.
That's good.
That's the easiest, quickest thing I can say.
That's good.
Yeah.
What do you see when you look in the mirror?
Oh. What do you see when you look in the mirror? Man, that's deep. That's heavy.
That's what they have me do this. They don't ask these deep questions, get y'all like, oh, what does that mean?
Yeah. There's a lot, I see a lot of, I can't help but look at a lot of the struggle, things I've had go wrong in my life, mistakes I've made, and I see that, and I try to be, through counseling, I try to be kinder to myself, and kinder to the person that I was, and know that I have to be better than I was yesterday. So I look in the mirror every day and try to start the day with that, and I don't always succeed every day, but try again tomorrow.
That's good. That's good. When do you find yourself most at peace?
I have different stages of peace. So like I find when I'm really busy, I like to just like sit on the couch.
Yeah.
I literally like to chill on the couch, turn on Netflix or whatever it is, and watch some TV. I really like. I actually do a lot of thinking by sitting, doing other things. My brain works kind of in crazy ways. I always got like a lot of things going on in my brain. And so like sitting on that couch or just watching TV, or like my keyboard, I'm a pianist, so like being behind the piano, when I'm really stressed sometimes, I just like try to get my mind out of that state. I go to the piano and just like let my hands do stuff.
Yes.
Do stuff. Just do stuff. That's it.
With your hands. That's good. That's good. Yeah. So when you are on stage and those nerves are going crazy within you, how do you settle yourself?
Breathe. It's the quickest way, and I teach voice lessons. So like that's one thing I talk about a lot is that like a lot of singing is about learning how to master your lungs and your breath. But it's also really good, they talk about in yoga and with dance, and dancers breathe different than singers do. And so like breathing is something that is not talked about all the time, and it should be talked about that, but it really does recenter yourself. When I'm feeling stressed on stage, I think I'm like, might mess up some lines, or I came on the stage and realized I took some stuff from home onto the stage.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta stop.
You got the shower cap on the stage? It's like, why is doing my shower cap on?
Just breathe, and then get rid of the
That's what I'm like, what's part of the process? That's good. Yeah. Are you ready for rapid fire questions?
Oh, okay. I'm trying to get rapid fire answers.
Favorite movie?
Oh, Matrix.
The Matrix? Favorite book?
Oh, I'm right now reading A Subtle Art of Not Giving a F.
Oh, I got that book too. The orange book.
That's my current, yeah.
Yes. Which character have you played that you could most relate with?
Okay, so honestly, George Washington is that, because he's in the show the paternal figure who he's trying to instill these good and strong beliefs on the other young, scrappy, hungry soldiers who are just trying to do all the stuff, and he sees them making all the mistakes he made in his past. So like, I see that, and it kind of relates to what I said when I look in the mirror and see myself and mistakes I made in the past and just try to be better. So Washington tries to do better to himself by instilling those beliefs on
just because you got a few bad chapters doesn't mean your book came in well.
You know what I'm saying?
You like that? That's good. For that young person who's out there watching and they're looking at you and they're saying, oh my gosh, I am in a place right now where I don't even see tomorrow, more or less 10 years from now, being on stage, performing around the world. How can you reignite that hope in them? Just for a few words.
So again, it starts with the thing that you are enough. You really are enough. A lot of people don't realize that, like, people think that, you know, they have to pretend. I was reading this quote. It's like, we are the, I'm going to mess it up right now, but like, we are the reflection of, right. They'll Google it. Like, it's like, you're not what you think you are. You're not what you think
what they say you
are. You are like the image that you think that, you know, like, so it's just like a layered version of like you trying to be somebody else because you think they're judging you and doing all that other stuff. So like, you have to like wash all that stuff away. You have to breathe. And then be comfortable being who you are. That's what makes you you. It's what makes you unique. You can't be anybody else but yourself. I mean, it sounds. When you say it like that, it sounds like obvious.
Well,
like,
people need a reminder.
But you got a reminder. Like,
your common sense isn't that common sometimes.
It's not.
It's just
you know,
not.
It's really not.
George Washington Green reminder. Thank you. And to be audacious means to be.
Oh man. I said go for your dream. Dream big, and know that you can reach. There's people right now on the moon. You know what I'm saying? Like right now in space. You know what I'm saying? In space. Right now, you can look at the NASA, whatever, the control center, space center thing, and see people up there. Like, so you can reach even higher than you might not be able to see right now. You know what I mean? But,
that's a word. Higher than you think you can see. That's good. That's good. So tell people how they can find you online, how they can support you.
Yeah, Tamar Greene, Tamar. It's not Tamar, that is Miss Braxton. Tamar Greene.
We love Tamar.
We sure do. We sure love it, right? But Tamar Greene, Green with the E at the end. Tamar Greene on Instagram or my website www.tamargreene.com.
Yes, I'm so excited because guys, I get to go see him live on stage in the next hour.
So
we gonna tune in on my review. I believe it's gonna be amazing already, though. So until next time, remember that life is meant to be enjoyed and not just endured.